As we stand on the edge of life's later years, we often find ourselves reflecting on the journey that brought us here, its triumphs, its challenges, and the lessons we have gathered along the way. Yet it is not merely reflection that defines this chapter of life. The wisdom of the Stoics teaches us that our final years should not be a passive descent into old age, but rather a time of purposeful action, refinement, and fulfillment. What if, instead of lamenting what lies behind or fearing what lies ahead, we focused on living each day with serenity and strength? The truth is that aging brings with it new challenges, some of which we may overlook until it is too late. Mistakes in this season of life can quietly erode the peace we've worked so hard to cultivate. But armed with the timeless teachings of Stoicism, we can navigate these waters with wisdom, grace, and clarity. In the same way that Marcus Aurelius reminded us that we are the rulers of our own minds, not slaves to fate, we too have the power to avoid common missteps that many fall prey to as they age. In this discourse, we shall explore 13 deadly mistakes to avoid as you grow older, errors that, if left unchecked, could strip the final years of their potential for joy and fulfillment. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we will unveil the pitfalls that hinder personal growth and discover how to face them with courage and fortitude. This is not a time for resignation, but for mastering the art of living well, even as the seasons of life change. Mistake number 1, neglecting your body. Your body is a vessel, guiding you through life. While you cannot control the storms of aging, you are the captain who steers. Neglecting your body in later years is one of the gravest mistakes, for it weakens both body and spirit. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Aging is inevitable, but how we care for ourselves is a choice. Physical health is not just about extending life, but improving its quality. Regular exercise, whether walking or stretching, strengthens both body and mind, keeping you resilient. Neglect leads to suffering and limits your ability to fulfill your purpose. In caring for your body, you retain control over your life. Choose to keep it strong, and you honor not just your physical self, but the gift of life itself. Mistake number 2, ignoring mental resilience. The mind, more than anything else, is the fortress that guards our well-being. Yet how often do we leave it vulnerable, allowing the weight of life to batter its walls? Ignoring mental resilience in your later years is a grave error, for as the Stoics teach, it is not the external world that defines us, but how we respond to it. Epictetus wisely observed, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Mental resilience is the practice of strengthening your inner self against the inevitable blows of life. This does not mean denying hardship, but rather accepting it with grace, knowing that you are prepared to face it. Just as the body requires exercise, so too does the mind. Mindfulness, reflection, and meditation are the tools with which we train the mind to remain steady amid life's storms. Imagine a tree bending in the wind. It does not break because its roots run deep. Your mind, if properly cultivated, can be that tree. By ignoring mental resilience, you risk being uprooted by life's inevitable challenges, tossed about by fear, regret, and uncertainty. But by strengthening your mind, you cultivate the inner peace that allows you to meet whatever comes with calm and composure. Mistake number 3, poor financial planning. Neglecting financial planning is like building on unstable ground. It invites chaos when life storms arrive. Seneca reminds us, wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool. Without careful financial management, we allow anxiety and dependence to dominate our later years. In Stoicism, we understand that wealth is not an end in itself, but a tool. Like any tool, it must be properly managed if it is to serve us. Poor financial planning leads to stress, dependence, and the constant worry of being unprepared for what lies ahead. But when handled wisely, financial stability becomes the bedrock upon which we can cultivate virtue, free from the fear of uncertainty. Reflect for a moment. How does your current financial behavior shape your future? To neglect this area is to invite unnecessary suffering, but by planning carefully, you can ensure a life of simplicity, security, and serenity. In doing so, you embody the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with both the present and the future, ensuring that your mind remains free from the burdens of financial worry. Mistake number 4, failing to embrace lifelong learning. Believing learning ends with age is a grave error. The mind, like a flame, requires constant fuel to stay bright. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Without continued learning, our thoughts dull, and life loses its vibrancy. Lifelong learning is essential to staying mentally sharp and resilient. It keeps us aligned with nature's ever-changing flow and prevents stagnation. Whether through reading or new skills, embracing knowledge ensures that we remain curious, engaged, and full of wisdom. Mistake number 5, resisting change. Resisting change is resisting life itself. Heraclitus reminds us, the only constant in life is change. Clinging to the past only brings frustration and suffering, while the wise embrace change with grace. Knowing peace lies in adapting, not controlling. Change offers growth and new opportunities. Like the willow that bends in the storm, we must remain flexible. Resisting only leads to stagnation. Reflect, what change have you been avoiding? By accepting life's impermanence, we open ourselves to growth and live in harmony with nature, following the Stoic path to wisdom. Mistake number 6, isolating yourself socially. Man is not meant to live in isolation. Epictetus reminds us we are social beings by nature, and to withdraw from others is to deny that nature. In our later years, isolation often creeps in, leading to loneliness and despair. Social connections provide strength, joy, and resilience. Engaging with others enriches both our lives and theirs, offering mutual support. To isolate is to starve the soul of companionship. Reflect, how connected are you to those around you? Nurture your relationships, join groups, or reach out to friends. The Stoic way is one of connection, ensuring you do not walk life's path alone. Mistake number 7, staying in toxic relationships. Remaining in toxic relationships is a grave error, as the company we keep shapes us. Seneca wisely said, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Yet many remain trapped in harmful relationships, fearing change. Toxic relationships corrode peace of mind, filling life with conflict and draining our spirit. The Stoic path seeks harmony, and relationships should elevate, not hinder, our growth. Reflect. Do certain relationships pull you down? The Stoic way urges us to set boundaries and distance ourselves from negativity. Surround yourself with those who nurture wisdom, peace, and growth. Mistake number 8, avoiding help when needed. Refusing help is not strength but misplaced pride. Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Part of this mastery is recognizing when to seek support. We are social beings, and asking for help honors our shared humanity. Stoicism teaches us to control what we can, and often that means knowing when to rely on others. Accepting help is wisdom, not weakness. Reflect, where do you hesitate to seek help? The Stoic way calls us to embrace support when needed, strengthening our resilience and fostering true wisdom. Mistake number 9, ignoring emotional well-being. To neglect the state of your emotions is to neglect the foundation of your inner life. The Stoics understood that the mind and emotions are intertwined, and to allow emotions to fester unexamined is to invite chaos into the soul. Seneca wisely observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When we fail to care for our emotional well-being, we give way to imagined fears, anxieties, and turmoil that cloud our judgment and disturb our peace. Emotional well-being is not a luxury, it is essential for living in harmony with oneself and the world. The Stoic does not suppress emotions but seeks to understand them, to observe their origins, and respond with reason rather than reaction. To ignore this aspect of life is to allow emotions to control us rather than mastering them through wisdom and self-awareness. In caring for your emotional health, you cultivate resilience and inner tranquility. Reflect. Do you allow stress, fear, or anger to rule your thoughts? The Stoic way teaches us to manage emotions as we do any other aspect of life, with calm, reflection, and the pursuit of balance. By nurturing emotional well-being, we fortify the mind and protect the soul from unnecessary suffering. Mistake number 10, failing to plan for end-of-life care. Ignoring death is to deny life's reality. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Failing to plan for end-of-life care invites fear and uncertainty, robbing us of peace. Planning for death through a living will, healthcare proxy, or open conversations ensures your final moments align with your values and relieves your loved ones of the burden. Stoicism teaches us to face death with clarity and acceptance, freeing us to live fully. Reflect. Have you prepared for how you wish to be remembered? Planning for death is an act of wisdom, not surrender. Mistake number 11, holding on to regrets. To carry the weight of regret is to chain oneself to a past that no longer exists. The Stoics teach us that what is gone is beyond our control, and lingering in regret only binds us to sorrow. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Holding on to regret impedes your journey forward, clouding your ability to embrace the present with clarity and purpose. Regret is the mind's attachment to what could have been, but the Stoic understands that dwelling on the past accomplishes nothing. What matters is how we choose to respond now, in this moment. By releasing regret, we free ourselves from its grip and open the door to growth, wisdom, and serenity. Ask yourself, what purpose does regret serve in your life? Reflect on the lessons learned, but do not allow past mistakes to dictate your future. The Stoic path urges us to let go of what we cannot change and instead focus on the present, where true power resides. Let go of regret, for it is only by unburdening yourself from the past that you can walk freely toward the future. Mistake number 12, neglecting technology. Neglecting technology is turning away from a tool that shapes our world. As Socrates said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Retreating from technology in later years limits access to knowledge and connection. Technology, like any tool, can be used wisely. It offers ways to stay connected, learn, and grow. Reflect. Do you avoid technology out of fear? Embrace it with curiosity. By adapting to it, you enrich your life, keeping your mind sharp and open to new possibilities. Mistake number 13, forgetting to enjoy life. To live without joy is to miss the very essence of existence. The Stoics remind us that life is fleeting, and while we must live with purpose and virtue, we must also remember to savor its beauty. As Seneca wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Forgetting to enjoy life, especially in its later years, is a mistake that robs us of the richness that each moment offers. We often burden ourselves with worries about what is to come or regrets about what has passed, but in doing so, we overlook the simple pleasures available to us in the present. Joy is not found in grand achievements, but in the small, everyday moments, a shared laugh, the warmth of the sun, the stillness of the morning. The Stoic understands that these moments are precious because they remind us to live fully in the here and now. Ask yourself, are you allowing life's pressures to overshadow its joys? The Stoic path is not one of constant self-denial, but of balance. Embrace life's fleeting pleasures with gratitude, for they are a reminder that, while life is brief, it is also full of beauty and meaning. Do not forget to enjoy the journey as you pursue wisdom. As we navigate the later stages of life, we must remember that the journey does not end in mere survival, but in living with purpose, wisdom, and serenity. The mistakes we've explored are not meant to instill fear, but to illuminate the path forward, a path that the Stoics have long walked, guided by virtue, resilience, and understanding. In this life, we cannot control the march of time, but we can control how we respond to it. Each of these pitfalls, whether neglecting your body, resisting change, or forgetting to embrace joy, serves as a reminder of what truly matters. Stoic wisdom teaches us that the quality of our lives is shaped not by external events, but by the choices we make. The final lesson is clear. Life, in all its stages, is a gift, and to live well is to live with intention. Reflect daily, cultivate balance, and embrace the present with both strength and humility. For in doing so, we honor the Stoic ideals of wisdom, fortitude, and ultimately, the art of living. The journey toward a fulfilling life continues, one thoughtful decision at a time. Now I ask you, how will you apply this wisdom to your own life? What steps will you take today to live in greater harmony with nature, others, and yourself? The Stoic path is open to all who seek it. Walk it with courage and conviction. If you've found wisdom and value in the teachings of Stoicism, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Ultimate Stoicism for more insights on living with purpose and resilience. Join our community, where we continue to grow, reflect, and apply Stoic principles to modern life. Your support helps us bring more timeless wisdom to those seeking a path of strength and serenity.